Ladies and gentlemen, according to Media Street, every pie is disgruntled right now. It's time to talk all things black and white. You know what bugs me? It's that time of the year where we just need to knuckle down and focus on what's here right now, and that is a potential second flag in 3 years, and yet we're getting all this attention, but heavy is the head that wears the crown, some will say, and that's what it is. So I'm not going to bitch and moan, and that's probably not the angle I'm going to take. But where is the validity in this? So let's share what we're talking about here. So last night it comes out that amongst a bunch of other players, Bo McCreary has also been put in this category of disgruntled pies, which is hard to believe. Now let's read through this and then we can break it down, okay? Collingwood has preliminary interest in a pair of Collingwood forwards, one of which isn't out of contract until 2027, which is Bo McCreary. And beyond the aforementioned duo, some veteran pies remain disgruntled and their clubs chasing of a rival star. So look at these dogs, these smart little pricks. They put this and this in the same title, in the same title, but then, and beyond the aforementioned duo, some veteran pies remain disgruntled. So that's just a little bit of clickbait 101. So just keep in mind with that. Gold Coast are reportedly keeping an eye on veteran Collingwood forward Jamie Elliott, out of contract, 32 years old. He's in red hot form and is yet to accept a two-year deal on the table as they continue their premiership tilt. I don't know if you guys saw that goal he kicked after against Richmond. Did you see his celebration? I used it in a thumbnail last week. He does one of these ones. I'm just wondering if that's a little bit of innuendo to Billy saying to the Pies, pay the man. So go have a look at that. If you guys want to go have a look and you don't think you can recall that, it was after he kicked the goal from a forward 50 stoppage. There's every chance that Elliott's career best season could be his last at Collingwood. The Suns are holding some appeal for the out-of-contract forward. He's an unrestricted free agent at the end of this season, so he could move north. He's had a look at Brisbane in 2022, which we would recall. He even met with the club. His family is still there and has spent a lot of his childhood in Queensland, so there's no doubt they hold some appeal for him. Collingwood are aware of this. The Suns are also aware of this, and he's also got some school of thought that the warmer weather could extend his career, which is real. That's a reality. I feel like before we get into the Bo McCreary conversation, I feel like the Jamie Elliott to a Gold Coast seems more realistic. Now, without giving it too much airtime because of where we're at right now, I think the warmer weather is an enticement, the family aspect. The concern is he's an unrestricted free agent. I don't know how much compensation we'd get if he gets if he goes to Gold Coast, he's probably asking for 3 years, right? He's got 2 years on the table, unless he wants 2 years but at more money with the trigger clause. I'm not sure if we get much compensation. So there is a world where we could lose Jamie Elliott for nothing. That's the concern. He's an unrestricted free agent at the end of this season. So we could lose him for nothing is my concern. If he wants to go, fair enough. Look, we've persevered with him through injury. But just like the club don't owe just like the club doesn't owe Brody Myercheck anything regarding giving an additional year on top of what's already offered, unfortunately, Jamie Elliott owes Collingwood nothing, right? I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you agree? Is that not the same thing anyways? Bo McCreary is being heavily scouted by rival clubs. He's contracted until 2027. Collingwood will say he's going nowhere, but Gold Coast right now is a club that's being really aggressive. They've asked about Bobby. They're trying to replace Isaac Rankin that they lost a couple years ago. McCreary is aware of the interest. He's not saying yes or no. He hasn't ruled out that move. So Bo signs a larger contract back in July 2023, which makes him a non-free agent. So geez, if his contract doesn't end until 2027, look, if we were to give up Bo McCreary, it wouldn't be for peanuts, especially if it's at the end of this year. I think, if anything, this might be a trade that would be considered at the end of next year. It's very rare that you see a player get traded so early in their contract. He only signed it in 2023. Like, where is the honor? Where is the honor in playing through your contract these days? Too much player power, in my opinion. It stitches clubs up. Like, if we want to look at it in another lens, like the Dan Houston trade, it's something Port didn't want to do. Houston had X amount of years on his contract. It stitches clubs up and the way they plan for the future. So, yeah, I have some opinions on how easy players have it with where they want to go, if they want to go. I feel like there's too much power in that, but that's a story for another video. He's a non-free agent, so in the worst case scenario, we will get something for Bo, and he's 24, 25 next year, perhaps. I'm not settling for anything less than a first round draft pick for this guy, and it wouldn't be. I'm tell you one thing for free. I wouldn't be asking for draft capital for this draft. I'll be asking for draft capital next year, because this year is completely compromised by academy and father sons. Amid the pursuit of McCreary and Elliott, key figures at Magpies remain cranky with the clubs negotiating their contracts. 15 players are yet to sign. Premiership ruckman DC is one of several reportedly displeased with Collingwood's unwillingness to extend his current deal, while Myercheck isn't expected to accept the club's 1 year offer on a table. We've spoken about Brody Myercheck. We don't owe him anything. We have to be smart with how many players over the age of 30 we have on the list. What are the other players accepting around his age? And that is 1 year deals at lesser value. We don't owe Myercheck anything. Jamie Elliott doesn't owe us anything. Darcy Cameron, I feel like this is very much we don't want to have another Brodie Grundy situation. As good as Darcy Cameron is, as good as he is around the grounds, we've always found ways to cover our ruck stocks. Not saying we have one right now that can be an immediate replacement like an Oscar Steen, but I'm sure we can always find one in free agency or a trade for some late draft picks. Obviously, Pendles and Howie are happy to sign the deals. People are also perhaps further fueling their disgruntled is the club's seeming priority to secure rival utility Jack Silvani out of Carlton this offseason. So, does this have anything to do with Bo McCreary? Like, McCreary is in contract till 2027. This should have absolutely nothing to do with Bo McCreary's contract. And then, so there's 15 players out of contract. So we move over here for a second. Okay. Can we go filter by? All right. Ash Johnson, no reason to be disgruntled. Billy Frampton, he'll get his contract. You'll get your contract, mate. All right, don't worry. Charlie Dean, we know what's probably going to happen there. Finlay McRae's not going to be on the list. Big Roo's already signed on. Elliott, okay. Howe is going to sign on. Sullivan, 50-50. Coxie, probably going to be delisted, right? So if he's disgruntled, why does that matter? I say that as kindly as I can. Rowan Steele will get a contract. At this point, I feel. Pendle's contract, side bottom contract. Tom Mitchell, it'll come down to his last few weeks. Will Parker, question mark. I know Fly likes him though. And Will Hoskin-Elliott, I also wouldn't be super quick. I know he's a utility, but I also wouldn't be super quick to sign Will Hoskin-Elliott on. I'd like to see him play out the rest of the year. You guys can't see it, but I'll show you. Sorry. I'll move it here. Can you see him? He's all the way down here. There he is. So I wouldn't be super quick to sign him just yet. And if he wants to be disgruntled, then so be it. There's a culture at the club led by these players who are comfortable doing what they're doing with their contracts. People might say, yes, but these players like Myercheck and Jamie Elliott and Hoskin Elliott and Tom Mitchell, they haven't gotten their bag. Well, it is what it is. That time is past. They haven't got their bag, and this is what we're offering. Either you stay at the club, you follow the culture, you follow the standard, you stay in a club with a great culture, you get great brand ambassador and marketing opportunities on top of what your contract is. There's plenty of eyes on you. Whether you like that or not, that's up to you to decide. Or go to another club, and that's where we're at. What was that documentary way back when? And the theme was if you're not fully in it, get off the bus or something. Remember that one? It was one of those documentaries it was a pre-season documentary or something. Get off the bus if you don't want to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got for you. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And as always, go Pies.